What's up, y'all? This is Calvin with Improver, and we've got a very special episode today. I am happy and delighted and elated to share with you the 7 best lean management software. We've got a rock star lineup of solutions out there for people out there trying to create a lean culture. So I want to introduce myself. This is what I feel gives us the pedigree to perform this analysis with some degree of objectivity and let you know what's really the best solution for what you might need. I've personally led 6 lean implementations at such great companies as Nestle, Colgate, Mars, Clorox, Randstad, and Google. I was a management consultant for a top-tier firm at A.T. Kearney, where we work directly with the U.S. Army, the Marines, the Air Force, and several other world-leading organizations. I'm a best-selling author of the book Fit, The Simple Science of Achieving Strategic Goals. It's actually available on Amazon if you want to go check it out. I'm a degreed industrial engineer and MBA. I'm a 2-time gold status president of the Institute of Industrial Engineers, the Atlanta chapter, and a Lean Six Sigma master black belt. And last but not least, I'm a tech founder, so I do understand the tech space as well. With that said, I can't wait to show you where we're landing on this because I think you'll find it very interesting. But before I do that, let me share with you our evaluation criteria. This is what we look for. As people who have done lean implementations at real companies, big and small, we have a very intimate understanding of the challenges people in this position face. So here's our criteria. Number 1, the technology has to support the creation of a lean or continuous improvement culture. And we look at that as everybody, every day, everywhere. So we look at pricing, we look at the infrastructure, we look at the feature set, we look at everything to determine whether or not this is a software that truly is able to engage everyone in driving that CI culture. So scalability is a big piece of that puzzle. Number 2, promotion of scientific thinking. We're not looking for something that's giving you the answers or telling you what to do, but helping you develop the ability to see problems, think for yourself, and then solve those problems. Number 3, and I cannot say this enough, it has to emphasize people development in parallel with process development. Number 4, it has to build leadership engagement and buy-in. If you were to survey 100 lean professionals, directors of CI, directors of OpEx, lean directors, VPs of CI, we're starting to see that more, managers of CI, you would probably get a strong majority who will say that leadership, buy-in, and support is the ultimate challenge that lean professionals face. So the technology, as we evaluate, has to promote and support that buy-in and engagement from leadership. And number 5, it has to simplify the application of lean tools, features, functionality. Not only does it have to employ these principles in the building and the construction and the architecture of the software itself, but it also has to promote the user to essentially use these tools and principles in their day-to-day work. So, with all that said, let's take a look at the top 7 lean management software. But just real quick, let me give a couple of honorable mentions to IOBEA for digital visual management boards. You got Polka for centralizing your lean docs, and Raven AI for OEE. They didn't make our top 7 list, but I think they should be recognized here. Okay, coming in at number 7, we got DigiLean. The ideal use case for DigiLean is to help manufacturing and operations teams, mostly in manufacturing, to visualize their lean data on interactive visual management boards. So this is pulling performance data from SQL databases or allowing manual entry into these boards, and they essentially provide an interactive space to do gimbal walks and for folks to see live data coming off the production line and visualize hour-to-hour performance data and so forth. The power user for DigiLean is the continuous improvement manager or production supervisor who's trying to drive operational excellence and mostly shop floor production line productivity. The key feature for DigiLean is the digital visual management boards. As I always say, you can't slay a monster that you can't see. In fact, if you can't see it, your team will just sit there and argue about what color it is. So DigiLean brings a really nice solution for making performance opportunities highly visual. Some of the key features include KPI and performance tracking. You can manage improvement ideas and suggestions, customize workflow, data analysis and reporting, and integration and cloud accessibility. Prices range from $5 a month for a light user and up to $18 a month for a pro level user. Okay, coming in at number 6, we got Lean Suite. The ideal use case for Lean Suite is to help manufacturing and, again, operations teams to digitize their lean practices. This includes standardizing processes, tracking continuous improvement activities, and visualizing performance in real time. The power user is the plant manager or operational excellence leader. At the heart of DigiLean is an idea submission and prioritization platform. It also includes a no-code workflow automation engine where you can essentially build and customize and even automate improvement processes, from idea capture to project tracking and so many other great things. I think what you'll see in this list is there are several of these platforms that are primarily an idea submission or digital suggestion box, if you may. So check out Lean Suite if you are simply looking to transition from manual everything when it comes to Lean and CI, step into that digital world and digitize and play the digital transformation game just a little bit. The core feature set for Lean Suite is going to be manage ideas and suggestions for improvement. It's got a really nice project management functionality. You can manage audits and suggestions. It's got some workflow automations and dashboard and reporting. The pricing for Lean Suite is not listed. Next on our list, number 5 is KPI Fire. The ideal use case for KPI Fire is strategy deployment, alignment of goals, alignment of priorities, and then sort of transitioning into the application of Lean and Six Sigma on the execution side. KPI Fire provides a centralized platform to manage KPIs, track initiatives, and visualize progress toward business objectives. The power user is the CI director, the operational excellence leader, or the strategy deployment manager. So the key feature of KPI and what makes it special is that it's a strategy deployment platform that you can attach improvement projects to. And within those projects is where you may directly apply some of those Lean and Six Sigma principles. So let's go through the core feature set of KPI Fire. We're talking strategy deployment. We got suggest improvement ideas. You got dashboards and reporting, idea prioritization, project management, and you got some problem-solving templates. Pricing information for KPI Fire is also not listed. So with that said, let's move on in our list of the 7 best lean management software. And who we have coming in at number 4 is the Lean Way. The ideal use case for the Lean Way is to help small and mid-sized organizations, mainly in the construction industry, to manage their lean and daily improvement activities. You can think of the Lean Way as sort of a Pinterest or Twitter style of lean management system. The power user for the Lean Way is the team leader, the continuous improvement coordinator, or department manager. The key feature for Lean Way is a digital idea suggestion box at its heart. It helps you to easily capture, track, and visualize improvement ideas and activities. And what I like about Lean Way, what I find really cool is that you can vote on these ideas, right? Like you can rate them on a scale of 1 to 5. You can give it stars, right? And the ideas that bubble up to the top or that get highly rated end up getting shared. And I think this is a great platform for sharing success stories. It probably does that better than anybody else that I've seen. I really like the user interface also because it really gives sort of a social media vibe to continuous improvement, which, you know, it's kind of a novel concept. Whether or not that translates into creating a lean culture, I'm not sure because, you know, social media probably has not promoted continuous improvement in society, but the Lean Way has incorporated some of the principles and belief system that do contribute to a CI culture. So I guess you'll have to try it for yourself to see if they've cracked the code on making a real social media platform for continuous improvement. So core feature set for the Lean Way. You've got pin improvements to boards, create a personal knowledge base. You got idea sharing. You can measure results. You can create and manage projects, of course, and like and comment on ideas. Pricing for the Lean Way starts at $4 per month per user. Okay, coming in at number 3, Red Zone. Red Zone is probably the most widely adopted combination of hardware and software for driving OEE. The ideal use case is to empower frontline manufacturing teams with real-time communication, digital work instructions, and performance coaching to boost productivity and engagement on the shop floor. The power user for Red Zone is going to be production supervisor, team leader, or shift manager. And again, the key feature for Red Zone is real-time performance tracking of OEE. Now, I know some time back, they used to be an Apple infrastructure-only platform, meaning you had to also go out and buy iPads and iPhone and Apple TVs in order to set up Red Zone. And Red Zone was really cool because it put up the screens on the manufacturing shop floor. This was back at a time where everybody wasn't doing that quite yet, and there weren't many solutions for that yet. So you had the screens, you had the app on the mobile device and all the rest. However, I do think that by building Red Zone on the Apple infrastructure, it kind of limited some of the ability to integrate well with other platforms, other software technologies that were not on the Apple platform. Although that does come with some other benefits of having a tightly integrated system amongst Apple devices. And of course, that comes with some security benefits as well. So there's a trade-off there. So if you look at the core feature set of Red Zone, you got real-time OEE tracking, you got root cause analysis tools, digitized paperwork, digital work instructions, you got dashboards and reporting, and live coaching. And one of the things I like about Red Zone a lot is they got the 90-day coach-in model where you're assigned a designated coach that helps you get to value in those first 90 days, even help you see some measurable benefits in those first 90 days, teach you how to use a system, teach you the processes, the meeting structure, and everything that goes with that in order for you to use the platform most effectively. Pricing for Red Zone is unfortunately not listed. Coming in at number 2 on our list of the 7 best lean management software is KaiNexus. The ideal use case for KaiNexus is to help medium to large healthcare organizations to centralize, manage, and sustain their continuous improvement initiatives. KaiNexus does an excellent job of capturing ideas and then sharing those ideas throughout the organization, especially the ones that work well. I also happen to know that organizations outside of healthcare are starting to use KaiNexus as well. The power user for this platform is the continuous improvement manager. At its heart and at its foundation, KaiNexus is an idea, suggestion, and prioritization platform. And of course, you can convert these ideas into projects. You can give the submitter feedback as to whether or not their idea will be transformed into a bigger project. And of course, you can track the business impact of these projects as they get done. Some of the core features of KaiNexus are suggest improvement ideas. You got idea voting, which is pretty cool. Project management, best practice sharing, dashboards and reporting, of course. And they've woven in tools like strategy deployment and PDCA. And they're starting to weave in kind of basic continuous improvement and Lean Six Sigma tools. Pricing for KaiNexus is also not listed, although I've heard people mention a starting point of $20,000 per facility. Don't quote me on that, but it's not the cheapest platform out there, but it is a well-built system. Okay, so the moment you've been waiting for, coming in at number 1 for our list of the 7 best lean management software is, drum roll please. That was my drum roll. Improver. Improver is the only lean management system that is built by and for people who have real executive level experience leading lean transformation or lean implementation at some of the world's leading companies. It is the most comprehensive and creative and simplest to use platform out there. It's built for companies in manufacturing, supply chain and logistics, healthcare, technology, construction, service, practically any organization with 200 employees or more. The power user for Improver is going to be the vice president or director or manager of continuous improvement or OpEx or something like that, or the VP of operations. So the key feature for Improver is that it's a two-sided platform. On one side, you've got an entire university that can certify your entire organization in Lean Six Sigma. So you got the upskill people development component. And on the other side of the platform, you've got the lean management system that helps you implement and apply everything you just learned in the training. But what's cool about Improver is that whether you've been trained or not, the system basically educates you as you go. So not only is it serving you the tools, and it's got all the tools centralized in one database, it's got the tracking and reporting to leadership, it's got the sharing of success stories, a lot of the other things you saw on the other platforms kind of all in one. But it also educates your workforce as you apply some of these lean principles and tools and concepts. So let's just talk through some of the key features of Improver in its core feature set, right? You've got Lean Six Sigma certifications from the white belt all the way up to the master black belt level. And under a single subscription, you can essentially certify everyone who's willing to do the work and the learning and the application to get certified. It's got a powerful gamification and rewards and recognition system. It's got goal setting and alignment using agile strategy execution. It's really cool. It's got an AI continuous improvement coach. It's going to help you set goals. It's going to help you define projects. It's going to help you use the tools more effectively. It's going to give you general advice. In fact, if you go in and you see the AI coach, it looks strikingly like an AI version of Taiichi Ono. I'm just saying, that's in my personal opinion, but you should judge for yourself. You can find and build your own lean tools. It's got a whole marketplace of lean tools that you could just add to your account. And practically all of these tools are free. The reason you would add them is so you as a CI leader could have a little more control over which tools you want your organization using. And maybe you might time that out. You might phase in. We're going to start with more basic problem solving. And later on, we're going to get into some strategy deployment and PDCA coaching and so forth. You can kind of map it out how you want to do it. It's got a very powerful project management system. You can do DMAIC style, A3 style, PDCA style. In fact, when you launch into a project, you can attach any and every tool that you want to attach, right? Let's say I'm going to do a project, and this time we're going to use a project charter to start with. You launch that project charter tool. Then you say, we're going to roll that into a 5Y. You launch the 5Y tool, all right there embedded in the same project. Then you're going to say, all right, well, now we need to attach a project mapping or a value stream mapping to this tool because that's what we need to do for this project. You attach that right there, and everything's housed right in one central view for that project. Then it's like, well, these other 5 people need to sign off on this project. So you got executive sign-offs, stakeholder sign-offs for the benefits that are being claimed as part of that project. And I was like, well, these projects are also going to affect these other 8 or 9 people. You can essentially hit a share button and share with those 8 or 9 people automatically. And you know what? We're going to polish this off with a standard work document. You can attach the standard work document right there into the project too. So Improver is by far the most comprehensive and powerful lean implementation system out there, right? And everything is centralized in one database. You got a roll up of benefits and business impact from all those CI activities. And then you got AI that can essentially read the database. And let's say you're about to do a root cause analysis on a machine on line 5, right? The AI will say, hey, you do realize that you got a guy right here on the other side of the world in the same company who did a similar project on a similar machine. Here's their project, allows you to pull it up and take a look at it. Then it'll say, hey, why don't you let me book a meeting between you and this other person so y'all can get together and talk about what they did. And then you can start your journey from where their journey ended, right? So the knowledge management inside Improver in combination with the AI applications is top notch. You've got the industry leading Toyota Kata storyboard. Imagine the storyboard, Toyota Kata, right? Following the 5 coaching questions of what's your target condition, what's your current, what are your obstacles, what have you tried last, and what you learned from it, what you're going to try next. Improver has a very powerful and seamless Toyota Kata storyboard where you can also do 4DX, right? Very similar method, right? What you do last, what you're going to do next, what's your wildly important goal, et cetera. And it's all right there with the digital run chart. It's actually got a gap chart in there where you can see where you should be in your improvement journey from where you started to where you're trying to go. So it's amazing. Improver provides live coaching, meaning as part of a regular subscription, you get about an hour a week with a live coach. And if you got folks certifying up to the Lean Six Sigma Green Belt level, the project starts on day one, right? And it's a 10-week process. So over the course of 10 weeks, you're going to review 3 courses at a time, and you're going to make one improvement. It's a Toyota Kata sort of PDCA style project. So basically, one improvement over 10 weeks is 10 improvements, and that counts as your Green Belt project. That's also a model that you can scale into the organization. It's not as disruptive as a traditional Lean Six Sigma project where you're building up a team, building up an action items, building up the scope, doing all these things up front, and then trying to hammer the organization with all that. But instead, it's a sort of 1 week at a time, make one improvement every week. It's just over 30 courses for the white belt, yellow belt, and green belt program. So you're going to review 3 courses a week for 10 weeks. That gets you to about 30 courses in review with a live coach. So you're taking the courses in online modules on your own, independent, and then each week you're going to review the 3 courses assigned for that week, right? So really powerful thing. All this is done 100% remote. The cost is negligible compared to the benefit and what you gain from this. There's easily a 10 to 50x return on investment, and it's not unrealistic to get 100x return on investment, right? The value is enormous. There's automatic leadership engagement. There's dashboards, reporting, success stories, emails that go out to top leadership. They're receiving a constant ping of good continuous improvement news from all the great work that's being done around the network. Tons of collaboration tools and automatically assigning lean tools based on BI data. Okay, let me unpack that just a little bit more. Improver has a capability to integrate with all business intelligence platforms, including, but certainly not limited to, Power BI. There is a feature called the countermeasure, where BI data comes in, and let's say a metric is underperforming or a part of the business is underperforming, it shows in the metric. It can automatically attach an alert to that underperformance. Your BI will push that over into Improver. Once it's in Improver, you can automatically attach an owner. So who's going to follow up on that? A lean tool. So let's say we're going to do a 5Y, right? And a due date, meaning you got 5 days to get this done. So again, you've got a lean tool, you got an owner, and you got a due date, and it's all fully automated, right? Then what Improver's going to do is send that owner, every time that alert triggers, it'll send that owner a learning course from the university. Let's say you got to go take the 5 Whys. It'll send them the tool. You say, here's the link to the tool. Go populate this tool. The AI coach will literally walk them through the proper and effective use of that tool. And then lastly, through the rewards and recognition and gamification engine, they receive tokens that they can trade in for rewards once they finish using the tool properly and getting the results and finishing the action items and so forth. This is invaluable if you are a CI leader, because it transitions your work and your world from a doom doer, meaning whenever there's a project that's needed, you got to go out and do it yourself, into someone who is orchestrating excellence, meaning you're just turning knobs at that point. You're setting up these alerts, you're setting up these countermeasures, you're engaging others in the organization. Hopefully you've already given them some type of Lean Six Sigma training or certification, white belt, yellow belt, green belt, black belt, and so forth through the university. And then you're saying, okay, you're trained, you're ready, you know your stuff. Now let's turn on the machine. And it's feeding off of your BI. So it's basically putting your CI program on autopilot. So now you got the whole organization moving and cranking when it comes to lean and CI. You as a CI leader, all you're doing at that point is putting the finishing touches. You're jumping in to help out in those more advanced or more extreme cases. The software is doing practically all of the basic level work for you. Pricing for Improver starts at about $2,500 per month for up to 1,000 employees. Now, this pricing model is intentional because ideally, like we said, the number one thing we evaluate against is everybody, every day, everywhere, right? And if you're going to bring in everybody, you can't go and have a pricing negotiation conversation every time you want to add a user. So what Improver says is we're going to set the bar at 1,000 employees, and we're going to set the price, a fixed price. Go ahead and add all the people you want to add. Very simple. But there are some economies of scale for larger organizations. So as it gets bigger and bigger, you come up with basically a tier level price, and then you add all the people you want to add. When it's time to add them, you don't have to worry about their pricing and purchasing conversation from that point forward. What's amazing about this is that all of the Lean Six Sigma certifications are included in this pricing. So if you like that, you might want to act quickly because Improver is planning a price increase in Q1 of 2026. So there you have it, folks. There are several amazing options out there for lean management software. If you have not taken a look at these, feel free to do so. Check out our blog posts. Go to Google and type in 7 best lean management software and you'll see it up there. Again, the criteria we look at is, does it lead to the creation of a lean and CI culture? Does it promote scientific thinking? Does it emphasize people development in parallel with process improvement? Does it build leadership engagement and buy-in? And does it simplify the application of lean tools, features, and functionality? There are, unfortunately, a lot of single-use lean tools out there. They certainly wouldn't rise to the status of a lean management software, but there are some really cool tools if you just want a single-use application that's all your company needs. I would encourage you to check those out as well. Maybe you just need something for root cause analysis or Gimbal walks or value stream mapping. There's a ton of those too. And I don't want to just completely leave them out, but again, they just don't rise to the status. So there you have it, folks. I surely hope you enjoyed today's presentation. If you are a professional in the lean or continuous improvement space, this is something you need to know. I feel like in this world, in our world, as lean pros and CI pros, we probably haven't done enough to take the lead in the technological revolution that's taking place around us. Fortunately, there are some great options out there to help you get started and even perhaps ahead of the game. On that note, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks for coming out and spending some time with me. Let's do this again soon. Have an amazing week. Let's get better every day. Thank you.